give a little bit of topo information here that might be useful. At this point right here, this is a crossing of Highway 409E. It also is known as Harmony Church Road turnoff. At this location, that's 9E and Kylo Church Road crossing 400 at this point. This section is the old 9E. It comes all the way down to 53. 53 goes down to the intersection of 400 and 53. This is a major intersection. This is actually a ridge. The old 9E is a ridge. Water, there's no chance of having a flood zone problem anywhere along this area because water from this ridge, anything to this side over here, goes into the Etowah River, which feeds Lake Altoona, which is a reservoir of Atlanta. So all that is on that side. Any water on this side of the ridge goes this way down into Lake Lanier, which is a reservoir, which is the Chattahoochee Reservoir and Lake Lanier, part of Atlanta's reservoir also. So that gives you an idea of the terrain. It is not extremely steep here, but the water, it is a dividing line where the water flows into different directions to the rivers. To give you a complete picture, we're going to take the section starting at Highway 400 and Kylo Church, make a left-hand turn, and follow this ridge right down here to the intersection of 53 and 9E, come down and go into the parking lot of the Hardee's restaurant right here. It'll be along this side right here. We'll go into the Hardee's, and I'll take a picture of this area, this corner, from the Hardee's parking lot and give you a little idea. There are trees here, so it blocks our view. But on this side, there's not much, there are no trees except right in this section right here. We can also look around this area and show you where the power line crosses all the way up in here from that location. We're making a left on Kylo Church Road across Highway 400. We're going to take the back section as we just mentioned. This is the Kylo Church Road that goes up to the top to 9E. If you'll notice on the left-hand side, that new grassy area is where the new water line just was laid. We're going up to the stop sign, as you can see right there, which is the corner of Kylo and 9E. I may speed this up in just a minute so that it can get on back to the corner of 53, where we'll go into the parking lot. But I'll show you at least what it looks like on this ridge. You'll notice over to the right-hand side now, all the property on the right-hand side, water will flow into the Etowah River. All water on the left-hand side will flow into Lake Lanier. This is the ridge that we were just mentioning. And it's a slope that slopes all the way in gently down to Lanier. I'm going to speed this up just a little bit. There's a section coming up where the high power lines cross to a substation. We're trying to look down on the intersection. We will see that in just a second. The substation is directly ahead now. I've slowed it down. That's the power line that we crossed from the opposite side now, looking down onto 400. It's straight ahead over the little hill there. And now we're looking at an angle that is at 53 and 400. That is the intersection down there, straight ahead on the camera. We're coming up to the intersection of Kylo Church, and not Kylo Church, but 9E and Highway 53. Not doing too good with my camera, I see. Sorry about that. I don't know what I was looking at, but anyway, this is the intersection at that point. We're now going east as we're going to, you'll notice a Goodyear on our right-hand side, and the Ingle, the 400 Associates Shopping Center is to our right. To our left there is a Burger King, and just beyond this little cafe and car lot is where we'll turn into the Hardee's and Kangaroo Station and Waffle House. You can see straight ahead that that's the Waffle House. This is where we're turning right now. The intersection is just ahead of us on the on 400. So now we're looking at the property. That is part of the property you see straight ahead is what we were talking about as the part of the 19 acres on the west side of 400. There is a portion that there is the Hardee's right now. We're going to turn into the Hardee's location. Okay, what you see straight in ahead of us is on Johnson, who's the developer that developed the Hardee's and Wendy's and the Waffle House. But that's to give you a view back towards the Hardee's. We're now standing on the right now I'm standing on the corner of our property looking across there to 53. So what's behind me and to my left in just a minute you will see is part of the property of the 19 acres. Directly across this will be the acreage on the east side of 400, right near where the 55-mile-an-hour stop speed sign was. In fact, it's right behind those trees is the 55-mile-an-hour sign that we saw a little earlier. And to my left now is the 19-plus acres of property going all the way up to the power lines that is available that I have. Now we're going to show some pictures starting at the intersection of 136, excuse me, not 136, this is Harmony Church Road and 9E, that's the same road there, and the intersection of 400. You're going to see where we turn on to 400, we'll travel down to Kylo Church Road, and then you'll see that section as we go all the way into the intersection at 53 and 400. We're currently crossing 400. This is coming off of Harmony Church Road, going south on 400. As you can see right now, you can see the Highway 53 and 400 intersection straight ahead. Okay, but before that you'll see a little intersection cross piece, and we're coming up on Kylo Church Road. This is Kylo Church Road going south. The land we have is on both sides of the highway, both on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. We're viewing east right now on the east side going south. And right here's the start of the property of the 21 acres. We've already passed part of the acreage of the 60 acres in addition, so that's part of the 80 acres. Then on the right-hand side, we've started on the property here also, and there's the power lines that we're going under at the current time. Now we're coming up on Highway 53 and 400. What we're talking about is either side of the highway, but predominantly the 80 acres is on the left-hand side, and the 19 plus is on the right-hand side. And that's where the development was, we just pointed out a few minutes ago. Coming up onto the intersection of 53 and 400. And then, of course, straight ahead down here is the Premium Outlet Mall. And that's sort of the tour. From this point on, I think we'll show you some highlights of some of the stores and what's in the Premium Outlet Mall, just to let you know what is around. To the left of the traffic light here is the Napa Auto Parts, along with the Amoco Station. They're doing some building in there. Then the Taco Bell and Wendy's. And then to the right is the Ingalls and 400 Associates Shopping Mall. And as you can see, straight ahead is the Premium Outlet Mall. And there's pieces of it if you can see through the cars. There you go. There's a picture of it. And we'll give you some more detail of that if you'd like to see any more. Also, we're turning in right here at this point was the Dawson County Industrial Park. We're now at the intersection at the Premium Outlet Mall. Water lines and sewer lines are laid between the Premium Outlet Mall and the corner that we mentioned up on our property area. I'm going to, in summary, give you an overview of what's the location is, too. This is 285 in Atlanta. The circle's Atlanta. This section is I-85 going like you're going to Greensville, South Carolina, and it goes off that direction. 365, which goes on this side of Gainesville, goes up like that. Highway 400 goes from 285, goes northward, past through Cumming area. This is Lake Lanier, which has over 500 miles of shoreline. 400 goes right on up to our targeted property right here and keeps on going on up to Dahlonega. From Dahlonega, typically you can swing over and tie in over here towards Franklin, North Carolina. Of course, real close in here is, of course, Dawsonville, Dahlonega, Big Canoe and Bent Tree areas, and of course Lake Lanier, the main part of the Chestatee River, which is up in this section along this area. The distance from 285 at this point and this intersection up there at this point right here is 39 miles. The nearest Home Depot, Walmart, and so forth is located in Cummings, Georgia, right at the Highway 20, which goes right below the dam, which crosses below the lake at this point. There are only a few roads that cross Lake Lanier. Browns Bridge and then 53 both cross up in this area right here. So this is the only real crossing for lake traffic. The other possible crossing the lake is at 136, which is about two or 3 miles north of there, that crosses over the lake too. So it crosses right below Dahlonega. Notice that Highway 136 is just north of this location. Right in here is 136. The 53-400 intersection is right there, and that's the area that we went around completely. The Premium Outlet Mall is at that location right there, in between those two roads right there. Thank you very much. Good morning, and it's well before anything is really up and running in the area. On the 4th day of October 1997, I'm going to take you down the sections, down to the Premium Outlet Mall.